Hello, I am Mr. Shrum back with section 1.1 vocab review. So some of this stuff was in the anatomy check before, but I will be going over the things that were not covered in that section. So in the abdominopelvic cavity. So in this word, a good way to think of these things is to break it down into meaningful parts of the words. So a cavity is an enclosed space. Abdomen, as in the abdomen. Pelvic, in the pelvis region. So it's an enclosed space in the abdominal pelvic region, okay? And in that enclosed space, all of the digestive, urinary, and reproductive organs are held there, all right? But break down the words into meaningful parts of words, and then once you figure out where on the body it's referring to, think of what's inside. So digestive, urinary, and reproductive organs. Everything is, a lot of things are held there. We went through these. Body planes, body system. I don't think we quite went over that. And this is a system of the body that consists of all types of organs with similar functions. And it is so organs that achieve the same goals or perform the same functions form a system within the body. That's all that refers to. Cavity, like we said, a hole or opening in the body or just a part of the body. Think of cavities in your teeth. That means holes or openings, but we have those in our body. Cells. This is the most basic form of life that makes up every living thing. I'm sure you're familiar with cells, and we'll talk a lot more about those. Cervical. So anytime you hear terms like cervical nerve, it's the area of the neck and cervical nerve near your spine. So cervical neck region. Cranial, think cranium, that is your head or skull. Deep, just inside the body. Could have guessed that on your own, I think. Human anatomy, it's the scientific study of the structure of the body. Inferior, lateral, mucous membranes. Mucous membranes are membranes that line the cavities or openings in our body with an external opening. Membranes that line cavities with an external opening in the body. So think of, your nose, ears, mouth, things like that. Organs, a group of like tissues formed together to carry out specific functions in the body. So cells form tissue, tissues form organs, organs form systems, body systems, and body systems make the body, keep the body rolling. Okay. So that's vocab check 1. Vocab check B is parietal membrane. The serous membrane that lines the wall of a cavity in the body. So Wish we had a visual for this. But yes, I would like to. No, there we go. But Serous, think of serum. It's like a thin substance. For the protection of, I think, mucous membranes, thin liquid that is used to protect the body. Pericardial cavity, the body cavity that contains the heart. Cavity, cardial, think cardio. That refers to the heart. Physiology, study of the function of the human body and its parts. Plural cavities. The body cavities that contain the lungs. Back of the body, got that already. Primary tissue. This is a group of specialized cells all for a specific organ. So think of bone or muscle tissue. That is dedicated towards one specialized organ. Primary tissue. Regional anatomy, sagittal plane. Secondary. Tissues that support body organs such as connective tissue. So whereas primary tissue is, just kidding. Is, it's specialized for the organ itself, like bone, muscle tissue. Secondary tissue, like connective tissue, supports the organ. So primary tissues comprise of the organ, but secondary tissues support secondary. Think of it in those terms. Serous membranes. These are membranes that line internal cavities that have no external opening in the body. So these are cavities deep within the body that do not open to the external world. Like our nose cavity opens to the external world, so that's not serous membrane lined. Superficial, outside of the body. So serous membranes line cavities that are not superficial. Systemic, terms of movement, we talked about that. Describing actions, and then orientation is where the body is in relation to the other parts of the body. Thoracic cavity, the chest cavity. Thoracic. I just think of Thor as having a big chest. Thoracic cavity, like the superhero. Tissue, group of like cells combined together in the body. Visceral, a membrane that is attached to a body organ. Visceral organs, organs found within the thoracic and abdominopelvic cavity. Yeah, so that is the end of the vocab check. And with anatomy and physiology, a lot of it is vocab and just remembering where certain things are in your body. And the best way I can tell you to learn is repetition. Keep using these vocab checks and anatomy checks and really drill yourself and make sure you know what part of the body you're talking about, where the organs in your body are located. And as time goes on, you're going to become more familiar with the body and where the cavities lie, what lies within those cavities, why primary tissues compose of bones and muscle, whereas secondary tissues are the connective tissues that combine certain organs together and connect them. Membranes, why they only line certain cavities. But yeah, just stick with it. It is confusing at first because it's just words that you haven't used before. But once you practice and combine a visual with the word, I think these will get easier to use for you. Okay, that is the end for this. I hope it helped, and I will see you guys later.